أكبر الله أكبر.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما. In this episode, we will be talking about having absolute trust in Allah, linking to the story of Ulba bin Zayd, one of the people who lived during the Tabi'een. Ulba bin Zayd lived in the city of Basra. He was well known, and he was known to be of a humble background. He was so humble, he had no money. He seeked for odd jobs to do, odd jobs by helping people carry their loads in the marketplace or cleaning in the masajid, in the mosque around Basra, or some, odd jobs that will be giving him little money to feed himself. Whenever he works for his money, no matter how little it is, he eats out of it and gives the remaining for charity. Everybody knows Ulba for his generosity. Now, one day, he was around the marketplace and he saw an old man that was looking troubled. He approached this old man. "Oh man, what happened to you?" The man said, "Oh, I'm a traveler and I have lost everything that I had on me. And the people that we have been traveling together, I couldn't find them. We have lost our way." Ulba immediately removed all he had left in his bag and gave it to this old man. The old man wanted to refuse that. "Oh, you yourself, you don't look as if you have anything." He said, "Don't worry, take this and go." The man left. Ulba went back to his house. He was fasting and he had nothing to break his fast. He had nothing to break his fast. During the time of Maghrib, he was just looking up to Allah, wanting to observe his Maghrib prayer. Then someone knocked at his door. He opened the door and he found a young boy holding a basket full of food, meal, delicious meal in his hand. Ulba asked, "What do you want?" He said, "My mother asked me to come give you this because you helped our grandfather during the day." Ulba asked the boy to enter and he gave thanks to Allah the Almighty and he ate out of this. "Tell your mother, tell her, thank you, that what I have done, it is just what Allah instructed us to do." The second highlight of events during the time of Ulba bin Zayd was that a businessman, a merchant, he was losing his business because of debt, massive debt. They were going to collect his shop and everything that he owns. This man, people were talking about him. Two people were talking about him and he heard about it. Ulba immediately started a fundraising for this merchant. He went to every house he can go to receive whatever they have because of somebody that he never knew. He collected gold coins, silver coins, money. People that don't have, they offered their prayers. Ulba gathered all this and went to give it to that merchant. Somebody you know from nowhere. He delivered everything, even more than what he needed. He gave everything to him without even taking anything out of it. Then that merchant was like, "What is going on? I don't know you before. You collected all this for me and you are giving this to me and I never know you. Definitely you are a pious man, not just generous, you are pious." Then the merchant became a friend to Ulba, wanted to help Ulba one way or the other, but Ulba refused. He was contented with everything he had. The highlight of it all, one day there was drought in the city, no water, shortage of water. Everybody were going to a far place out of Basra to fetch water. People were dying of thirst. Ulba went so far away to fetch water. On his way back, that was when he met a mother carrying a little baby. He carried this baby and he saw that this baby is thirsty falling ill out of tests. The mother as well is dying of tests. What is going to happen? Ulba took his water and gave it to the mother and the baby. Feed your baby and you also drink out of it. She wanted to refuse, but Ulba said, no, I insist. And Ulba doesn't have any water to drink himself. Ulba was on his way in the desert. In the middle of the desert, he was becoming weak because he himself was thirsty. He was thinking, well, if it ends here, there's nothing I can do about it. He was just waiting for it to end there because he was also dying of thirst. Here comes the voice of a man riding a horse, calling his name. Oh, Ulba, oh, Ulba, oh, Ulba. Ulba looked at his back and he saw a merchant coming with water, full of water jars on his horse. The man had taken a lot of water and he was looking for who to give charity. That was how he handed over one of the water jars to Ulba. Ulba drank out of it. He drank out of it and he became okay. Now, this is a great deal of lesson for all of us. Ulba, out of the fact that he had nothing, he was still generous, giving all he had to people. This linked us to the ayah that says, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Anybody who fears Allah, Allah is going to find a way out for him. يَجْعَلْ اللَّهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. And Allah gives his risk without any reckoning to whoever he wills. وَمَنْ يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. If you put your trust on Allah the Almighty, Allah is going to suffice you. That also happened to Ulba. Imagine the first scenario that I mentioned about Ulba, the second story about Ulba, and the third story about Ulba, how Allah came to his aid. Out of nowhere, Allah surprised him. Ulba, he grew old. On his deathbed, people were coming to him, and they were even mentioning that, before his deathbed, some merchant gathered. That's what can we do to you, Ulba? I have to chip this in. Ulba said, I don't need anything. They wanted to build a massive palace for Ulba. Ulba said, no, I don't want your palace. What you are going to do, I will instruct you to do something like a fundraising for widows, orphans, and the weak. So they funded some money, and they had like an NGO, running an NGO. The NGO we run, nowadays, they were running that on behalf of Ulba. And they were taking care of the weak, taking care of the poor people, the orphans, and also the widows through this money. So Ulba, he believed he has achieved something through this, not amassing wealth for himself. On his deathbed, he was telling people that nobody should let what they have right now deprive them of generosity. And he said he has lived the richest life. Why? Not because of what he has, but because of what he has been able to give out to people. Well, I think we have been able to learn a great deal from this story of Ulba bin Zayd. I hope it is beneficial for myself and you. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر لكم. السلام عليكم. ختام واحتداء.
في خليج ومحيط عرفوا زايد ذاك الشأن من بالبذل ساد قدر ما كان من منزل ولكن نحن لولاك